Man, the amount of news that we've been getting today, wow, it's actually maniac. So let's start with this one. It's kind of cool. And so this one is, let's see if we can get a good size on this, so you guys can see. Yeah, I think that should be good, right? They're changing for season 3. We are getting hero talent tier sets, so we can opt in between 2 different options per spec that we're playing for the tier sets. So that's gonna be so cool. So for protection, you can actually opt in for Colossus or Mountain Thane, or as a Fury you can choose Mountain Thane or Slayer, and arms you can go with Colossus or Slayer, and that's gonna give you different bonuses. It's so dope. I don't know how they're gonna balance this, because that sounds like a headache to me. That's when I saw this, I was like, okay, how are they gonna do this? That's the only thing that I'm scared of with how they're gonna balance this. Other than that, I think it's such a freaking cool thing. It's so cool. So among several surprises in 11.17 reveal, season 3 tier sets will have bonuses for each of the different hero talents options instead of normal specialization. Funny enough, this still will result in the same overall numbers of tier set bonuses for each class, though with the interesting twist that each spec will now have more options to choose from. Instead of distinct arm, fury, prot, warriors will have separate bonus. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, so it's gonna be the same thing. It's just that you can pretty much opt in. If you're playing arms, you can opt into the protection tier set. Can like it's gonna be the exact same thing. Oh wow. Okay, so that would actually explain how they're gonna balance it. Yeah, and then we actually do have this one as well, which made me really happy. Mythic Plus levers will finally be penalized with a new deserter system coming in season 3. How good is that? Fuck yeah. Finally, right? Finally those freaking bastards will get penalized for bricking your key. So what will the I haven't seen this yet. They posted this 1 minute ago. They're just mashing out news for season 3 right now. It's been like the last hour has been maniac. They have revealed to Wowhead that a new Mythic Plus deserter system will be implemented in season 3 that will mark frequent levers in LFG. Mythic Plus levers are one of the most frustrating things that can happen to your key if the rest of the group doesn't currently want to quit. Players have voiced their concerns on topic across social media over the last several expansions, and Blizzard has even taken some previous actions on them. At the beginning of War Within, Blizzard had a deserter debuff for all players who leave any group dungeon, and also banned excessive levers in Season 1. Yeah, that's true. They did ban a bunch of people in Season 1. In a recent interview with Blizzard, Wowhead talked with Drew D'Souza and Taylor Sanders, who revealed that they will be adding a new Mythic Plus deserter system in Season 3. They don't have all details, but share some early notes about the first iterations of the system, which will hopefully address the problem. In order to leave a Mythic Plus dungeon without a penalty, players must initiate a vote, and the group must agree. If a player leaves without successful vote too frequently, they will be marked as someone who leaves often in Group Finder. Oh, you're gonna have a stamp. Kaboom. I really hope that stamp will be across your entire account if that happens. Marked players can lose their mark by successfully completing the dungeons and using the vote system properly. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Hello, Oslo. That's a really good iteration system to have. That you can actually work your way to get rid of the mark that you have. Yeah, that's fair enough. So they're actually going to see who quits and good behaviors, finishing keystones, abandon. Okay, so they're going to take everything in considerations. Many players will be excited that Blizzard is looking to address some of the issues with players leaving LFG with this change. That said, it's hard to say how this will affect the community without seeing it in action. Yeah, that's true. Many players have had the concerns in the past that it could lead to some malicious players who hold a key hostage. Yeah, they need to have a timer on how long is it fair, or how many deaths into to a key is it fair to still make a vote, or it's just going to be okay to leave. And then we also have, this is something they have never done before. Season 3 champion gear from Mythic Zeros will be available immediately on patch launch. That's freaking legendary. Non-bountiful delves, heroic and baseline Mythic 3 dungeons, world bosses, everything will be available immediately. So this is also listening to the community, which makes me really happy to see. And then they announced this as well, that they are improving the dungeon checkpoints in 11.2. A new visual way to display dungeon checkpoints in the form of waystones. Here's a further look into the waystones and how they will work. So dungeon checkpoints, while convenient, had a few quirks about them that made it confusing for players to understand when and where a dungeon checkpoint would be. To solve this, they have added a new dungeon checkpoint system called waystones. They look very similar to the meeting stones and can be seen in the overworld as a player's on the minimaps. When a player releases, they will spawn back on the most recent unlocked waystone. This feature was a long time coming, and with many frustrations with dungeon checkpoints throughout the years, not knowing where they were. Dungeon not having enough checkpoints, long runbacks. Overall, they are designed to solve many of the outdated issues. Finally! Yes, man. Season 3 is going to be fucking epic. And we have the best thing ever announced right now. We have been getting the entire Season 3 rotation for dungeons have been released. Are you all ready to see what the dungeon pool for Season 3 is going to be? If you haven't seen it yet, I think that some people are going to be excited. And if you missed Season 1, you will probably be even more excited. And yeah, there are some goodies in here. I was hyped when I saw this. So the first one we have is Dawnbreaker is coming back. And Arakara is coming back. We're going to keep Operation Floodgate for the trinket, of course. Same thing with Priory. Although I am not sure. Yeah, some trinkets will be good in Priory for sure. But then we're getting a new dungeon as well. Echo Dome Aldani is a completely new dungeon. And then we're getting Halls of Atonement from Shadowlands. Yeah, that one I did not like. Anything that's Shadowlands pretty much I hate. But we're also getting back both the Tasovish. So we're getting both wings of Tasovish coming back. And that's a really cool dungeon in many, many ways. Overall, I think it's going to be a freaking good Season 3. So here we have a quick view on the new dungeon. I do like the colorful and bright thing. I really do enjoy when they do that. Dungeon will be immediately available on normal, heroic, and mythic zero. Interesting note about Echo Dome Aldani is that dungeon follows after the events of the raid. What the fuck? What? I think the really cool thing about Echo Dome Aldani is that Canocial route that the storyline takes place is the campaign, the raid, and then Echo Dome. Okay, so the dungeon will change. Oh, so the dungeon will probably change weekly between 3 different rotations. So it's basically 3 different dungeons in one. That's okay. That's pretty insane. Okay, so here's the monk one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is missing something. The paladin one is kind of cool though. Kind of like that one. And this one is kind of dope. The mohawk, and I kind of like that one. The priest. What the frick are those? Those shoulders are massive. The headpiece is kind of off, but the rest is kind of cool though. Priest W, I think. It's only the headpiece messing it up. That one is dope. I really like that one. What is this rogue set? I can see rogue is always getting so slick set. Like, they feel very plain, right? Or am I the only one feeling like it feels so plain? I didn't like that one. Shaman. Oh, okay. Shaman was kind of dope. Dang. Yeah, Shaman set's dope. Big W. Okay. Big I in the middle. Okay, that's kind of cool. Wait. What? What the fuck am I? What is this supposed to be? What? Someone care to explain why they have a big stick? You think they're gonna hang down? Yeah, we can really hope so, because that looks completely messed up. That's really good though. If that's gonna hang down, it's Wow. But yeah, the warrior set looks kind of cool then. It kind of a reused model though. It's a reused model of the DK set from last season. They just changed the spikes. But no, I kind of overall like them. I think warlock, shaman, priest, mage, and warrior, if they don't stand, the chains don't stand up. I think that rogue was kind of boring. Hunter was really big L, and monk was still cool, but it feels very seen before kind of. The mage is dope. I really did like the mage. I think this is really cool. Evoker, super boring. Druid is completely big L as well. Druid is so freaking boring. I don't know what they were thinking of. Demon Hunter I kind of like, with the fatty shoulders, and from the side it looks really, really cool. So that's a W, I think. DK was kind of boring as well, I have to say. But let's see, Pally. Where did they go? Hello, Paladin. Yeah, here is the Paladin. That's the Pally set. I think it's kind of cool with the Mohawk. So what do we say? Rogue, Hunter, Evoker, Druid, Monk, DK. Kind of took a big L.